So good morning, everyone. This Thursday morning, this is our fundraiser for the Lytton Nation. And just starting with the Yogena Chittasya Patanjali invocation so that we recognize the indigenous origins of this practice of yoga. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vācā Malam Sharirasya Vaidhyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasitharinam Sahasrashirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Shrimate Anantaya Nagarajaya Namo Namaha. Join me with Namo Namaha. Namo Namaha. Namo Namaha. Namo Namaha. And the other on the belly button. And feeling these two power centers, the power of the heart, the power of the gut. These two big centers of prana and awareness in our nervous systems. And then release the hands. Inhale into the chest, into the belly as you bring the arms up. Exhale, bringing the arms down. Bending the knees, looking down at the feet. Inhale, arms up front. Maybe looking up. Exhale, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in as you look at the feet. Just keep this going your own timing. Side and front. Adding Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat. Inhaling chest to belly, exhaling belly to chest. And just finishing up, bringing your legs together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, coming to one side, releasing the lower arm, bending the top arm, and really stretching into that rib cage and side body. Inhale, center, exhale, other side, just doing this your own timing. You can modify as works for your body. If you want to work more with the lower back, you can stick the hip up, out, of course. Pausing between inhale and exhale, starting to exhale before you start to move. Still exhaling at the end of the movement. Start to inhale before you start to move. Still inhaling at the end of the movement. And maybe when you're ready, staying on one side and breathing. And for the neck and shoulders, which was the request today for the focus, you might want to hold opposite elbows and get right under the armpit into the upper rib cage. And we start on the left and then move to the right. Or you can start on your side that doesn't hurt and then move to the side that does hurt. And going to the other side, inhale center, exhale other side. We're going to do 2 rounds of this. Staying 4 to 6 breaths. And when you're ready, coming to the other side and perhaps adding the cross of the foot, the same side you're on. And you're welcome also to try holding that upper wrist and seeing if you can get a little bit longer through the side body. So you can try that. You can also interlock the fingers. So maybe try another variation with the arms or keep to the same one. And then going to the other side. When you're finished, coming to the center, inhale, interlocking the fingers up, exhale, release. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more Tadasana. So I've often said in my classes, you could do an entire practice that was just Tadasana, but we won't do just that. Inhale, come up, and you're going to come up onto your toes, interlock the fingers above you, stretch nice and tall. As you exhale, bring your heels down and stretch your hands away. Inhale, come up. Exhale, heels down and stretch the hands away. Inhale, up. Exhale, stretch the hands away. This is decompressing the upper back, hopefully, and maybe even the lower back. So put your mind on the area that feels more compressed. So today, our focus is upper back, neck, and shoulders. And when you're ready, the arms coming down. All right, we're going to try another one for neck and shoulders. Inhale, arms coming up, and you're going to cross at the elbows. As you exhale, you're going to drop your shoulders down. Just drop the shoulders down. Inhale, if you like, coming up on the toes, and let the shoulders come up to their normal place. Exhale, drop the shoulders down as you bring the heels down. If you have one shoulder that's a bit more sticky, for example, the right shoulder, put your mind on that shoulder. This can be used for rotator cuff injuries or one shoulder higher than the other and it bothers you due to scoliosis, for example. And when you're ready, release down. Okay. All right, notice how you feel. There's probably a lot of energy up there. So we're going to move into some warriors. Warriors are a great way to get into the spine. So you're going to come to the back of your mat, bring the left foot forward, right foot turned out. Just make sure you've got room around you. So otherwise I need to move my mat a little bit more this way. So we're going to do lots of side movements with the arms. So inhale, drawing your shoulders together and try with your palms facing up. Exhale, straighten your front leg, palms together. Inhale, arms coming up, front. Exhale, arms coming down. Inhale, arms coming sides. Now we're going to add something a little different. As you exhale, you're going to bring your palms together facing up as if you're doing an offering. And inhale, arms coming up, front. Exhale, arms center. Again, doing that offering. Inhale, arms side. And just keep this going, this movement of the shoulders. When your palms are up, just imagine that offering. And then bring that offering up to the heavens, perhaps. And when your arms are coming to the side, the palms up. Some of you might prefer the palms down, so you can play with that. And just finishing up your last round. And release. Stepping back. Going to the other side. Right foot forward, left foot turned out. Inhale, arms at the side, palms facing up if that works for you. Exhale, straighten the front leg, palms center. Inhale up, warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, release, try those palms up, straighten the leg, and just keep this going. You can try having the focus forward or looking up the difference. Doing around 6 rounds. Just finishing up your last round. And release, coming back to samastiti. You're probably feeling quite a bit of energy in the upper back. Bring the left foot forward, the right foot turned out. And this time we're going to try with crossing of the arms, something like this, like Gomukhasana arms. So left foot forward, right foot back, and we're going to bring the right arm underneath, left on top. As you inhale, lift the arms up. Now the palms could be together. And exhale, come forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Around 6 times. And just finishing up. When you're ready, go to the other side. And switch arms. Switch which arm is underneath. So last time it was right underneath, so this time it's going to be left. Inhale, arms up, and again, the palms could be together. I like having them apart, but that's your choice. And exhale, forward bend. So this helps one shoulder at a time. Just move up and down those scapula. Also lots of thoracic mobility. This is great for regulating our nervous systems. Getting into those legs a bit to the forward bend. When you feel you've done around 6, just coming back, finding your samastiti. All right, believe it or not, we're going to do another warrior. This time, if you have a belt, I think you all have a belt. If you grab a belt, if you all have a belt, you get one if you don't. Just wait a minute. And you're just going to take that belt and make it shoulder width. So I don't get to teach this one very much. Okay, I'll just wait for you guys to make the belt. Put that belt on your upper arms like this. While we're waiting, you can just try with that and spread your fingertips apart. And this is a preparation for shoulder stand. Okay, so I'll just show here so you can see a bit better. And press, so I've got the belt in the loop. You press the belt out. This is the same position that I use the belt in shoulder stand from the Iyengar tradition. And I created this for my own upper back many years ago when I had persistent back pain, which I don't very often anymore. Left foot forward, right foot turned out. Inhale, lift the chest and press out into the belt. Press out as much as you can, lift up, and then exhale, come forward and let your shoulders rotate forward. Inhale, coming up, press out into the belt. And exhale, forward fold. And just keep that going. Every time you come up, press out into the belt. Let the shoulders roll forward as you exhale and roll back as you inhale. Doing this around 6 times. When you're ready, going to the other side. And I can tell you guys like these because you're doing them nice and long. So going to the other side. Nice big stride. Inhale, finding your warrior one, press out into the belt with your arms. Exhale, come forward, let your shoulders rotate forward. And when you finished your 6, stepping into your samasthiti. And take that belt off. And notice how your shoulders feel. All right. So that's my sort of, if I'm in pain, those are the sorts of things I do to get things moving. They're pretty strong. I don't get to teach them to most people. We're going to do something I do teach to a lot of people. And I know one of you really, at least one of you really likes this. And I think one of you hasn't seen this. This is a nerve flossing exercise I created, inspired by a physio exercise, and I yogified it. Inhale, you're going to bring your hands up with your palms facing back. And exhale, you're going to press your hands to the side as you go into goddess pose with your fingertips facing up. There you go. Inhale, coming up, fingertips back. Imagine you're lifting 2 trays or 2 big pies. And exhale, press those pies to the side and give them to 2 of your friends. And bring your fingertips back. So I'm bringing them back towards the window now. Yeah, that's right. Good. Thanks for the side view. That's perfect. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming back to the center, and then bring the fingertips forward. Forward. Yeah, the other way. There you go. Yeah, like that. Yeah, good. Inhale, center. And exhale, give it a shake. Okay, so that is surprisingly a lot of work, right? You can feel your arm muscles. It's like you just did some 5-pound lifting or something. We're going to do it again. I'm going to show side view, or maybe a little closer here. Actually, I'm going to do closer to the camera so you can see me better. Okay, so inhale here. You can see me better now. Exhale, bending your knees, press to the sides, fingertips up. And you're feeling perhaps your ring fingers, that line. Inhale, center. Exhale, fingertips pointing up. Sorry, I forgot that one. That's the middle line. That's right at the center of the middle finger. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, you go through that center line and tip forward. Tip the fingertips forward, 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 like that. The other way. Yeah, that's right. Inhale up and exhale, give it a shake. Let's try it one more time. So the rotation is center. Okay, so that's the first one. Forgot the last round. So that's number one. That's the median nerve. Then back. That's the radial nerve. And then through the center, the next one is front. That's the ulnar nerve. Okay, and you can feel that those nerves run through the hands into the arms and into the upper back, neck, and shoulders. You might be feeling some release in that area, hopefully. Let's do it again. All right, holding those pies. Inhale here, fingertips back. Exhale, press the hands to the side, fingertips up. Shoulder blades can come together as comfortable. And maybe feeling some tingling in those middle fingers. Inhale, center, fingertips back. Exhale, coming side, the fingertips are up, and then you tip them back. I'm tipping them back towards the window. Yeah, that's right. Inhale, center. Fingertips are back. Exhale, fingertips up, and then tip them forward. There you go. Yes. Inhale, center, and exhale, release. And feel those arm muscles. We're just going to do a counter pose before we move to the next one. Inhale, bringing your arms front with the fingertips facing up. And it's like you're pressing into a wall. Okay. Then you're going to exhale. You're going to curl your fingers down. We'll make some Prince Edward Island lobster claws, and you're going to come forward. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming forward. So this is working the median nerve, the center. This is good for arthritis of the hands, the wrists, and working with that carpal tunnel. You might be feeling some tension in the hands, the wrists. Notice you feel one hand more than the other. This is quite gentle. This is a counter for what we just did. Just going back to the center. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling quite a bit of heat in my thoracic spine right now. This kind of work can be very helpful if you're emotionally troubled by something, those kleshas have been stirred up and your mind is spinning off in various vrittis, movements of the mind. And sometimes just getting into the upper back, neck, and shoulders. That's the first thing I do when something hits me emotional, is I do a lot of heart opener work, just to try to move it off and literally shake it out of my body. Okay, and then what's there? And then often it's grief, and the stuff comes up and you let it out, and then hopefully you've processed it, whatever it is. And if not, sometimes you got to see a counselor to go in a little deeper. All right, so the next one we're going to do is bringing the legs apart, and you're going to turn your left foot out. And you're going to bend your left knee. So you all know this pose, prāṇāyāma, but this is a variation for nerve flossing that I created. So you're going to bring your opposite hand out with the fingers facing up to the sky. So that's step one. Inhale, coming up, scoop the hand to the heart and tip the head the other direction. So this is the full floss from a physiotherapy perspective, is this tipping of the head back and forth. So that's the central nerve. Let's do that again. Exhale, fingertips up. So that's the median nerve. And tip the head down if you can on that exhale movement. We don't normally do that in yoga. To get a bit more of that floss, maybe feel it into your palm. Inhale, coming up, scooping the heart, tip your Ears down to that right shoulder. Exhale, coming down. Now we're going to tip those fingertips back. I'm tipping the head down to my left shoulder, your left shoulder, and your right. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming down. Tip the fingertips forward. And again, my head, I'm tipping down. So I get the full floss, including the head and switching sides. So we'll do 2 rounds of this. So it's just 3 per side. We're going to do 4 actually, which is the Krishnamacharya method. The first one's just going to be a setup. So finding the pose, finding your Parshva whatever that is in the legs for you. You can go any height you like. And the other arm out, that's your left arm pressing out. The fingertips are facing up. I'm flexing the fingertips up. So that's the median nerve. And starting the movement. Inhale, coming up, scooping the heart with the hand, tipping the ear down to your left shoulder. Exhale, coming down. Let's again do that central nerve, fingertips up. And some people might need to bring their hand further back, depends on the length of the nerve. Inhale, coming up, scooping to the center. And again, tipping the head down to the shoulder. Exhale, down. And tipping the fingertips back. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. And tipping the fingertips forward. Inhale, center. And exhale, release. Feet forward. So we're going to do 1 more round. I think you've got it now, right? So I'm just going to invite you to do this on your own, this tipping business. And if you like, bringing in a metaphor, if this speaks to you, of self-love. So when I'm doing this, I'm thinking, it's sort of like I'm holding my heart. And I just sometimes say to myself, love self. If that speaks to you. Sometimes when our heart is disturbed, it's because we've been criticized or made to feel bad about who we are. And sometimes it's good to have a little distance between that and who we actually are. In the yoga tradition and the Buddhist tradition, many traditions, the real self is brilliant and bright and shines like the sun. Links us to everything else. And it manifests in this world as a soul with a particular purpose, a dharma. So we have this part of us that's non-dual, that's shining like the sun. When you're ready, going to the other side. And then you have this part of you that is an individual soul here on earth, doing good work, following your purpose, and sharing your gift of your heart. What is that gift in your heart? So just scooping up that heart and feeling your heart, love, self. I'm talking about the little self now, that self that has some sort of purpose in this world. The big self is linked to that little self. The big Purusha and the little Purusha, as Samkhya philosophy talks about. It's not the ego. The embodied self. And when you feel complete, come to the center. And then we're going to do that forward bend one. Inhale, hands forward, pressing that imaginary wall. And exhale, creating those PI lobster claws and coming down. And I usually bend my knees to decompress my back. And I bring my hands as high as I can. Inhale up. And exhale. Inhale is that yes movement in yoga, and exhale sometimes is that no or letting go movement. So you could bring a yes and a no into what you're doing. So sometimes I do yes to me and no to them, meaning those voices around you that are telling you, you need to do this and that, you need to change this and that. And you're like, no, I'm saying yes to me and no to those voices outside of myself. I'm saying yes to the voice within me, the deep voice within me that's saying, do this. And that's aligning with our authentic selves. And when you're ready, release. Coming out of that. And notice how you feel in your upper back, neck, and shoulders. We're going to take it to the ground now. Do a good piece on the earth. It's coming to the front of your mat. Before we do that, I think we'll do our salutation to the 7 directions, just to bring in that indigenous piece and a little bit more surrender after all those back arches. So inhale, the arms coming up at the sides. Interlock the fingers. Ding Namaskaram. And exhale, we're facing east now. And exhale, coming forward, palms together. And acknowledging the eastern direction, all the deities there. Inhale, coming up. If there's a First Nation you're standing on, you might want to acknowledge that as you're doing this. Coming to the south as you turn right. Inhale. Exhale, forward bend. And turning right to the west. Exhale to the west. Inhale up. Turning right to the north. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. Exhale here. Inhale, palms together, looking up to the upper direction. Exhale, forward bend to the lower direction. Inhale, coming all the way up, interlocking the fingers. Palms come apart, facing up to the intermediate directions, the sides. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands to the center. Okay, so we're going to do this again. You're going to do it on your own. And I want you to add Om Namo and possibly Om Namo Namaha every time you do a forward bend. So just a reminder, it's east, south, west, north. And then you back to the east. And then you do the upper direction, the lower direction, and the intermediate with the palms facing up. Okay, so those are the 7 directions. And if you forgot one, don't worry. All right, so just do it on your own. And every time you do an exhale, say to yourself, Om Namo or Om Namo Namaha. And you can do it with me if you like. Maybe we should do it together. That might be more beneficial. Okay, let's try it together. You can do it at home on your own. Inhale, arms coming up. I'm facing to the east. Om Namo. Inhale, coming up. Turning to the south. Om Namo. Inhale, coming up. Facing west. Om Namo. Inhale, coming up. Facing north. Om Namo. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, stay. Inhale, facing up to the sky. Om Namo. Inhale here. Exhale forward. Om Namo. The lower direction. Inhale coming up. Intermediate direction. Om Namo. Inhale coming up. Exhale, hands at the heart. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend and just stay here. And lying down. Doing some bridge pose. Inhale, lifting the hips, bringing the arms overhead. Exhale, leave the arms there as you come down from the upper back, middle back, lower back. Inhale, come up. And exhale, come down, just leaving your arms there and feel like someone's pulling your hands away. Just keep this going your own time and you'll feel the spine, every vertebrae of the spine. After you've done this around 6 times, inhale up, exhale, bend those elbows and drop the shoulders. If you can, the palms up towards the shoulders, otherwise out of the elbows. Just tuck those shoulders underneath. And just stay here. And as you inhale, if you like, you can come up onto the toes and lift even higher. And maybe bring the chin in towards the chest, Jalandhara Bandha. And exhale, bring the heels down. Just keep that going. When you're ready, coming down. Widen the feet, angle the knees in. When you're ready, windshield wipers side to side. And just make sure you've got room to bring your arms to the sides. So again, you might need to move your arms a little bit. Right, so here you're going to exhale, bring your knees to the right and slide your left your hand along your heart and massage that right arm and turn your head towards the right, rolling onto your shoulder and your forehead. That's your exhale. Inhale, coming to the center, and exhale, going to the other side, the right hand along the heart, along the shoulder, along the arm to the hand. And just keep that going. Side to side. And again, if there's anything on your heart center that you want to brush off or cut the ties to, do some vairāgyam, some cutting of attachment. Chapter 112 in the sutras, inhale center. You can bring that to mind. So for example, I am letting go of, fill in the blank. Sometimes it's good not to really think too much about the word, but let those words just come to you. It might be one, it might be a few. Welcome to stay in that twist a little longer and do a hold after exhale and get a bit deeper into that shoulder. Draw the belly in and just stay there. And I'm twisting the head all the way to the forehead. You can always modify it by having a long blanket underneath your head roll, or 2 blocks, soft blocks end on end. So inhale, you can say, I'm letting in. What's the Pratipaksha Bhavana? Chapter 2, 33, 34. What's the antidote? What's the opposite? Chapter 112. What are you practicing? What are you abhyasa bringing in? And just finishing up your last round when you're ready, moving meditation, focusing on the heart. Okay, so we're going to do some more work for our shoulders. So when you're ready, you're going to flip onto your belly. You might have a pillow under your belly or a blanket, arms at the side in a T position. If this hurts your neck, you can put a block underneath the forehead, something like this, have a little more height, or a face cloth or an eye pillow just underneath the third eye. Otherwise, inhale. Lifting the arms up, drawing the shoulder blades together, keeping the chin in and extending through the legs. You can also tuck those toes under to take it up a notch. And lift the chest up and exhale, coming down. Now those legs, the feet can be together or they can be apart. I'm bringing mine apart, drawing the shoulder blades together, strengthening the back of the shoulders. Variation of Bhujangasana. You can let the legs be long or tucking those toes under to get more into the back. That's a little bit more like Shalabhasana. And you can do a hold after inhale here if you like. And if you like, going to another variation, you're going to make a diamond shape with your hands in front of you. And when your forehead is down, actually the hands are above your forehead. You're going to adjust your hands to comfort as you inhale coming up. So I like bringing mine down a little bit more towards my forehead. Inhale, you're going to bring one hand up as you press the other one down. One hand comes to your forehead. Exhale, forehead down, hand down, and other side. So this is like Ardha Shalabhasana, and you can add one leg at a time if you like, or just keep it at Bhujangasana, working the upper back. So I'm just going to use the upper back today and not use the legs, except tuck my toes under. When I inhale, I lift my knees off the ground, just work my lower back a bit. I'm pressing with that lower hand down to actually get a bit more extension. This is strengthening and stretching the upper back, neck, and shoulders. Keep that chin in. So just notice which hand position feels best for your neck and shoulders. Classically, the arms are overhead long, but I like this bent version for getting more stretch in the shoulders. Just finishing up. And coming back to child's pose. And we're going to work into the shoulders a bit more before we move to our seated poses. So you're going to bring your left arm underneath your right. You're going to bring your right leg to the side. And then you're going to roll onto that shoulder as you bring the top arm up. Now, if this is hurting your head, you can use a blanket or you can use your mat, preferably. You can come down as you exhale and inhale up. Just getting into the back of the shoulder, stretching that. It's also working the neck. Switching sides when you're ready. Inhale, arm up. And exhale, release. I'm turning my head a little bit. You can even look up as I inhale and exhale, just to neutral. The more weight you put on the shoulder, the more stretch you'll get. This is a pose I learned in the West, not in Chennai, but I find it very helpful for getting the back of the shoulder. And finishing up. Okay, the last one is another one I've learned in the West that I found very helpful for getting the front of the shoulder. And you're lying on your belly. I'm sure you've all seen this one. Your arms are at the side. I think you can see me okay. Hopefully you can. All right, and here you're going to bring your left leg back. So I'm mirroring you. Make sure you've got room. It's a big pose. And bring your front arm up. And you'll feel the front of the shoulder that's down. And the back of the shoulder that's up. The target is the shoulder that's on the ground. And just stay there. If it's too much, come out of it and then back into it. You can also turn the head towards the floor. When you're ready, going to the other side. And when you're ready, coming out and going to child's pose. You can do some side child if you like. Coming to a seated position, preparing for pranayama. So we're going to do some Janu Shirshasana. So bring your right leg in. I'm not going to mirror on this one. Okay, so just bring your right leg in, your left leg out. Inhale. Or you can do your easy side and then your hard side. So this is my easy side. This is why I have to do this one first. Inhale, arms to the sides. Getting into those neck and shoulders, and exhale, coming forward. Just seeing how the hip is doing. We haven't focused too much on it today, but just doing these two poses, Janu Shirshasana and Baddha Konasana, to prepare for seated prāṇāyāma. After repeating 3 to 4 times, just staying in the pose. Maybe you're staying right away. This definitely gets into the hip and lower back and that QL position. I'm going to stay now. And you might want to play with bringing your weight more to the little toe side, having that slight twist to get deeper into the hip, lower back area. That's your choice. When you're ready, going to the other side. So doing repetition. And again, if you need any blocks, etc., under that hip, go for it. So I do on this side. So inhale, arms at the sides. And exhale, finding your forward fold. Maybe holding onto your foot or your shin. Notice where you feel this. So if you have imbalances on the spine, one side you might feel the lower back, the other the upper back. Just notice that where those tight parts of your spine are. I find this pose quite revealing for that. And when you feel ready, you can stay in the pose, maybe adding that twist, holding the little toe side to get more into the upper back to the lower back and hip, that whole side of the body, your left side. When you feel ready, you can come up and move into Baddha Konasana. So that is a pose you can. These seated poses, you can stay a little longer if you want, even longer than the usual 6 breaths that we do. So Baddha Konasana. So any distance of the feet that feels comfortable for you. We're just going to go right into it. You could do a vinyasa, but I'm going to go right into it. Exhale, forward bend. Now, for me, this is a very challenging pose. So I use a block to have as a landing pad. This is very challenging for my body, but with some props, you can also use a bolster. Let's see if you can bring your head to link with your feet directly or with a prop. Just stretching into the whole spine. This is great for decompressing the whole spine, especially the lower back. Try to lengthen that exhale. Stretching the legs out, Paschimottanasana, just going right into it. You can do vinyasa or just go right into it and stay. Again, you can use a block or anything to put under the forehead. Connect more to the legs. Coming to seated position when you feel ready. Those are the three poses I normally do before I sit, because I find sitting cross-legged quite challenging for my body unless I really prepare. But you might not need all of that in your own personal practice. You can also put a block or anything, a bolster, pillow along your knees just to feel more grounded. All right, so neck and shoulder pranayama. I taught this the other day for a class where I had someone who had bronchitis, and I'm going to teach you the same for the neck and shoulders. It's a bit of a hybrid of Anuloma Ujjayi Pranayama, but I'm adding neck movement like we do in Shitali, but I'm not doing Shitali. Inhale, Ujjayi, inhale, lifting the head up. And exhale through your left nostril as you roll your head down. Inhale, rolling the head up, Ujjayi. And exhale, right nostril. And I'm switching hands side to side. You could just use your right hand if you prefer, that's possible. Keep this going. So this is a down regulating pranayama. And you can add a hold after exhale if you like at the bottom. Hold could be half the length of the exhale or the same length, or some other number that works for you. In around 6 rounds, left then right. When you feel complete, you can just do Ujjayi in the center. And just notice how you feel. Hands at the heart, Om Shanti together. Do Asatoma first. Asatoma Sadgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityoma Amritangamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Stay. Namaskaram. Thank you very much.